Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web.
Community pantries are sprouting up across the country, and for senators, this should prompt the government to step up in its effort to address the impacts of COVID-19 to Filipinos. Other senators, meanwhile, were rather optimistic about the replication of community pantries in several parts of the country. The community pantry was recently initiated by Ana Patricia Non, a resident of Quezon City who set up a bamboo cart with donated food items in Maginhawa Street to help those affected by pandemic. People give what they can get and get only what they need from the makeshift pantry. Since then, effort has been replicated in many other areas within and outside of Metro Manila, where poor citizens line up for basic needs such as food, rice, and vegetables. Malacanang had also commended the move, considering it as a bayanihan spirit among Filipinos. The government is apparently not aiming to replicate the community pantries sprouting all over the country, but it does not necessarily mean it is not helping those hungry and in need. According to Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles, while the government welcomes the private sector-led community pantries, it focused on implementing several programs aimed at easing hunger in the country. One of these government programs is allocation of food packs for families living under localized lockdown, as well as victims of typhoon and other natural calamities. The OCTA Research Group said the implementation of Enhanced Community Quarantine or ECQ in the National Capital Region and in the nearby provinces of Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, Rizal or NCR Plus worked and saved lives. Rai noted that the average number of cases in January was only 500 a day, but it reached 5,000 in March. OCTA said the ECQ has brought down the reproduction number in Metro Manila from 1.88 to 1.24%. Rai added that this time the surge was unique because it has different variants. He said that the government made a good decision to implement the 2-week ECQ. Rai projected that after 2-week MECQ, the reproduction rate will become below 1%. He added that the reproduction rate will most likely become below 1 this week if the government implements ECQ for another week, since the process of MECQ is much slower. OCTA meanwhile said it will take at least 2 to 3 years for the country to achieve herd immunity. Typhoon Bising with international name Surigay will continue to dampen Bicol region and parts of Visayas on Monday, according to Weather Bureau. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA said moderate to heavy with at times intense rains will be experienced over Bicol region, northern Samar, eastern Samar, Biliran, and Leyte. Bising maintained its strength, packing a maximum sustained winds of 195 kilometers per hour near the center and a gustiness of up to 240 kilometers. It was last seen 250 kilometers east-northeast of Virac, Catanduanes, moving northwestward at 10 kilometers per hour. It added that tropical cyclone winds of at least strong breeze to near gale in strength extend outward up to 440 km. From the center of Bising, destructive typhoon force winds extend upward 210 km from the center of the typhoon. In the next 24 hours, the northeasterly wind flow enhanced by Bising will also bring strong breeze to near gale conditions with higher gusts over most of the northern Luzon, Aurora, and the rest of Quezon that are not under any TCWS.
Hi, here is a roundup of news in and around Metro Manila. Let's watch this report.
Pasay City Mayor Amy Calixto Rubiano said that they have seen a drop in coronavirus cases from 3 digits down to 2 digits in the past 3 weeks due to city's contact tracing efforts. In the latest update of Pasay City Epidemiology and Disease Surveillance Unit on Saturday, the city logged a total of 464 active cases with 53 new cases. Rubiano said this is far from the city's figures during the surge of the COVID-19 cases in March that reached as high as 1,200. The local chief said every process was done aggressively, including the swab testing, putting patients in isolation facilities and granular lockdowns. The Manila City government is racing against time to build a new field hospitals with a 336-bed capacity for mild and moderate COVID-19 cases at Rizal Park. With ongoing 24/7 construction, Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Dumagoso on Saturday, April 17 said they are targeting to open the Manila COVID-19 field hospitals in 2 months. Dumagoso said they aim to declog hospitals of mild and moderate COVID-19 patients so the city's doctors and facilities can better cater to severe and critical cases. Once the new field hospital starts accepting patients, the space that will be freed up in the city's 6 districts hospitals will be used for around 60 ICU beds and equipment, Dumagoso said. The Manila Mayor guaranteed that he will restore Burnham Green to its original state once the pandemic is over. Quezon City residents who wants to avail of the free coronavirus disease swab tests can book an appointment online, the city government announced last weekend, April 17. Mayor Joy Belmonte said the online booking can help the residents who are close contacts of COVID-positive patients and those who are experiencing symptoms report to the city government immediately. The free swab test will be strictly by appointment and walk-ins will not be entertained. After filling out the forms, the resident will receive a call from the community-based testing verifier to further assess the resident's condition. The residents will receive a confirmation text with a schedule of the swab test. For queries, residents may message the official QC CESU Facebook page.
And now let's take a look at the latest news in other parts of the country. Here are the details.
A total of 12,266 residents in Baguio City have received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, while 3,800 already received both doses, or equivalent to 96.45% of the 16,685 allocated doses as of April 15. The City Risk Communication Management said this may be attributed to behavioral change due to national and local instructions received that are reliable and evidence-based. The CRCM said there is an increase in acceptance and eagerness to be vaccinated among residents, including senior citizens, as evidenced by increase for online and on-site registration. Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia said on Friday that she will issue a memorandum directing mayors of the province's 44 towns and 6 component cities to abolish fines imposed on individuals caught not wearing face masks. Garcia said the non-imposition of fines will be a big reprieve for the public, and she also said that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the public financially and imposing fine for non-wearing of face masks is an additional burden. In some areas in the province, fines as high as 500 pesos are imposed for non-wearing of face masks. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte said she is contemplating on lifting the 24/7 ban on selling and serving of alcoholic beverages in the city. But Duterte said the city government has yet to think of ways on how it could address the demand of locals for liquor, while at the same time prevent them from holding drinking sessions where COVID-19 is likely to happen. Although she is open to lifting the ban, Duterte said that the city government remains wary of removing it because of the tendency of the people to get together once the liquor becomes conveniently available to them. Last March 25, Duterte issued Executive Order 12A extending for another 2 months the 24/7 ban on selling, serving, or consumption of liquor and any other alcoholic or intoxicating drinks in public, as well as curfew from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily until May 31. The ban has been in effect since November 2 to put the transmission of COVID-19 under control.
And the updates from around the world. Here is that report.
More government hospital beds will be freed from COVID-19 patients according to India's health ministry as the vast nation grappled with the worsening virus crisis and states appealed for additional supplies of oxygen and treatment drugs. The country of 1.3 billion people added a record high of 261,500 new cases on Sunday, with 1 in 6 people who underwent tests returning positive coronavirus results, the ministry reported. Hospitals usually reserved for employees of ministry or public sector companies should convert some of their wards into COVID-19 facilities equipped with ICU and oxygen-supported beds, ventilators, laboratories, and healthcare staff, the government added. Special trains would transport oxygen tankers to needy states, while the government said oxygen used for industrial purposes would be limited. Health experts have warned the festival could become a super spreader event. India is the world's second most infected nation with almost 14.8 million cases. A train accident north of Cairo on Sunday left 11 people dead and 98 others injured, Egypt Health Ministry said in the latest rail calamity to hit the North African country. Egypt's cabinet said in a statement that 4 carriages of train heading from Cairo to Mansoura, a Delta city, came off the tracks. Dozens of ambulances were dispatched to the site, the Health Ministry added, and investigators have been sent to determine the accident cause. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi tasked the Military's Engineering Authority on Sunday with investigating the latest incident, which came on the heels of deadly train crash last month that left at least 20 people dead. Authorities have not yet provided a reason for Sunday's derailment. Israel stepped into streets without masks on Sunday for the first time in a year, a key milestone as country vaccines its way out of coronavirus nightmare. With over half the population fully vaccinated in one of the world's fastest anti-COVID-19 inoculation campaigns, the Health Ministry announced on Thursday that masks would no longer be required in public outdoor spaces. The vaccination of close to 5 million people has sent Israel's coronavirus caseload tumbling from some 10,000 new infections per day as recently as mid-January to around 200 cases a day. That has allowed the reopening of schools, bars, restaurants, and other indoor gatherings, although masks are still required in indoor public spaces.
And now let's find out the latest in showbiz entertainment. Let's watch this.
The Philippines is indeed conquering the universe. This after popular Filipino shoe designer Jojo Bragais has been chosen as the latest partner of the 69th Miss Universe competition. On Facebook over the weekend, the Miss Universe organization announced that the more than 70 delegates of the Miss Universe pageant will wear Bragais shoes. According to Bragais, he is grateful for the trust the organization have given Bragais shoes. He added that the organization made his dream possible by becoming the first Pinoy footwear partner for the pageant. Bragais also revealed that they are scheduled to leave late April for Florida for the pageant preliminaries preparations. He also shared that they plan to transport all the shoes to be used by the candidates by May 5. The 69th Miss Universe competition will be held in Hollywood, Florida on May 16 or May 17 Manila time.
Here are the latest from Manila Bulletin Sports section. Let's watch this.
Hidilyn Diaz formalized her entry to 2021 Tokyo Olympics following her performance in the Asian Weightlifting Championship in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, Sunday, April 18. The 30-year-old Diaz, a 2016 Rio Olympic silver medalist, lifted 90 kilograms on her second attempt in the snatch event of the women's 55-kilogram category, which was all she needed to take her spot to her 4th straight Olympic spot. She finished 4th overall after finishing 94 kilograms in snatch and 118 kilograms in clean and jerk for a 212 total. With the feat, Diaz joins boxer Yumer Marshall, Iris Magno, Nesty Petesio, and Carlo Paalam, pole vaulter EJ Obiana, and world champion gymnast Carlo Yulo to the Tokyo, Japan Olympics.
And those are the news on web today, April 19, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of the Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph, or you may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to get the latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.